Hello everybody, Gavin here, and today I would like to share you my experience with 3D printing and give you some top tips on 3D printing as well. Learning the pros and cons of the CR-10s. The CR-10s is a wonderful open source, affordable 3D printer made by Creality. Love their printer so much, and they provide excellent quality, like mind-blowing quality to their 3D prints. Here's some good examples, let me show you. Here we have the Imperial. These are my custom helmets, by the way. The Imperial Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3, Mark 4, and Mark 5. These helmets are awesome. I love making them, but when I printed them, oh dude, they were amazing. The quality was perfect. I'm just mind blown of how well these quality came out. The quality for these prints were just absolutely amazing. Now, these helmets are amazing. I made these myself and I'm like, I want to 3D print these. I want to see how they would turn out. And they turned out perfect. I love how the quality of these 3D prints are just amazing. The CR-10s, hands down, is the best quality, affordable open source 3D printer, and I highly recommend it. But now let's talk about upgrades. Let's start with 3 basic upgrades that you should add to this 3D printer. Now, number 1. Once you receive the 3D printer, you have a basic Bowden tube, an extruder, and a glass build plate, just a plain glass build plate. Now, the upgrades that I would recommend you use, which I will provide down in the listings below in the description, here are what the upgrades I would recommend you use. Now, the upgrades I would recommend using is an all-metal extruder system. Now, the all-metal extruder is so strong, it pushes the filament through without having any complications. The plastic one, I would replace it with the metal one because the plastic will break over time for long periods of prints. But with the all-metal extruder system, it'll be able to keep its strength to be able to push the filament through with ease. For the second upgrade, the Bowden tube. Now, I would recommend immediately replacing the Bowden tube with a Capricorn Bowden tubing because the Capricorn lasts 10 times longer than a regular Bowden tube, and it is more heat resistant than the other Bowden tube. Now, the reason why I do that is because it helps prevent a lot of clogging or blockages inside the nozzle or the Bowden tube itself, and it helps prevent all these problems coming your way. But don't worry. I gotta say this for a fact. Before I add the last upgrade, I gotta say this. Learn from your mistakes. Learning from your mistakes is what helps you improve your 3D printing skills to be able to get better and better and better at making better 3D printed qualities to your 3D prints. Now, why I say learn from your mistakes, it will come in handy, trust me. You might get angry and throw a fit why does this keep happening? Why is this doing it? It's done it over and over and over again and it won't stop. Pay close attention. You gotta pay close attention. This will not happen all the time, but this will happen from time to time. But I will let you know of this. If you learn from your mistakes, do not give up. You can do this. Learning from your mistakes improves your skills. And I've learned that for a fact because I have struggled a lot. But over time, I've learned, I've understood, and it became just easy where it only takes a matter of seconds to repair, and then boom, 6 to 8 months without problems, or even longer without problems. And it's really worked for me. Now continuing with the third upgrade, the glass build plate. Now this is just a basic glass build plate that you get with your 3D printer, but the thing is I would recommend switching it out with a tempered glass Creality build plate. These ones actually have stubs on the surface of the build plate that actually adhere to your print way better than the regular glass build plate, because if you just wanted to stick with your basic glass build plate, there are 2 things you could use. You could use Elmer's glue, as I was told. I've never done it before, but I told you could do something like that because it helps your prints stick to the build plate better. Another thing that I've always used before was painter's tape. Painter's tape is another good thing if you don't have access to these glass build plates or anything like that, or can't get them. Painter's tape is another option you could be able to use to have a better adhesive. This upgrade, I would say it's very, very important in my opinion, because this one will actually prevent a lot of problems with your filament. Now this one is a ball bearing roller that you can insert on top of your 3D printer or on the side as a stand. But it has 2 options, so you can choose from either one. Now this one I love so much. It's affordable, it's amazing, very light too, very strong, but the pro about it is that you don't have much tension against the extruder and the filament roller because you have the ball bearing wheels. The ball bearing wheels will be able to roll constantly without any complications whatsoever, and it makes me happy and it makes my life easier. But I have to say that the ball bearing roller will help you improve your prints, giving it better quality because less tension gives better quality. Because the more tension, it will cause the filament to not go through the Bowden tube very well, and henceforth, print failure, print jams, so on and so forth. But that's why I like these ball bearing rollers. They really help out a lot. Now, the filament that I use, I recommend you start out with. It's affordable and its quality is great, and the settings to it are pretty easy, which I will share those settings with you how I got the best quality for 3D prints. Now, this is Matter Hacker's Build Series filament. This is PLA, and this stuff is awesome. I highly recommend you start out with this, and I will put a link down below where you can guys check this out. But this stuff delivers great quality. I love it so much. And for the print settings, which you can write this down just in case, the nozzle temperature should be 210 degrees Celsius, the build plate temperature should be 70 degrees Celsius, and the print speed should be between 70 to 80% speed or 70 to 80 millimeters per second. That's what I would recommend for the best quality, but if you guys have your own settings that worked out for you, you can use those too. Whatever works for you, use it. Now, if you guys have any further questions about 3D printing tips, or 3D printers that you would like to know about, please let me know in the comments down below. I would be happy to answer any questions you guys have. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please hit the like button and hit that subscribe button too. Thank you guys so much for your support. You guys are awesome. See you in the next video.